Okay, so let's get one of those tasty red cap recaps.
Oh, so what did we do last week? Well, some of the party decided that they were gonna return to that unsupervised child's, bringing back the loot that we got from the cave that we went into, called Cave Tempest Falls, placed with scary dwarven mechs. Same thing. It's all a hole in the ground. Anyway, we decided that we were going to do that, and upon the way, we realized that, hey, we also left two unsupervised children by themselves, those two unsupervised children being Bobby and Raya, who had bought a whole plethora of random shit to gift unto the party. So once they bestowed their gifts upon the party, everyone was like, cool, yeah, sweet, thanks, let's go see Wanda at the place. And they're like, no, but before you do, we spent 200 gold on a cake. We didn't know delivery fees were a thing, so we're just going to go pick it up. And picking it up went about as horribly as you might think. A bunch of people carrying a giant cake that would normally require 4 people to carry wet. Bobby was like, nah, I got this. Raya was like, nah, we got this. They did not got this, because Toto was like, man, I want this. Oi, Raya, your kneecap. Anyway, we dropped the cake. 200 gold, just lost into the snow. So that's pretty good. But Coda had a
It was like about 180. Yeah. We got 20 gold left.
My bad. 180 gold pieces of cake onto the floor.
That's delicious.
This is true. So Coda, being the small animal that they are, was like, man, food on the ground, let's go for it. And then also Raya and Mag and a couple of other people, being the absolute animals that they also are, were like, man, cake on the floor, let's go. And decided that would be a good idea. Anyway, we got back to Wanda and we were like, hello, Wanda, how are you? And they were like, good, cool, transaction, nice. They weren't actually feeling too crash hot. They were feeling a bit muted in their worlds. Their little demi-plane that they constructed within their tent was, a bit muted, nowhere near as carnival-y and fantastical as it was before. But then they're like, hey, you know what I reckon would cheer you up? Patting an owlbear. Unfortunately, that didn't work, nor did it get us a discount, but it did lead to a wonderful ball. Wanda was like, we shall have a ball. Ooh, yes. And so, oh man, which of you reminded the child of their parents? Which of you did that? Anyway, so one unnamed member of the party was like, Wanda, will your parents be there? And Wanda was like, I guess. Anyway, we all went to the ball and it was a lovely time. We were like, wow, this is very cool. This is nice. Scar rocked up in a lovely green dress and was like, hello. You can see Fancy Scar on M's Instagram at alition.art. I'm going to just plug that one real quick. The rest of the party was looking absolutely dashing, save for Camilo, who rocked up dressed as he normally would, just didn't bring weapons. And then Wanda was like, that's not good enough. Kablam! You're nice and funky again. So we were like, oh, yeah, sweet. Funky. We had all decided that we were going to dance. Bobby was like, hey, cool. Yeah. And Magarash was like, hey, Bobby, you want to dance? Bobby was like, fuck yeah. Let's go. Let's go! Lorelai was like, hey, Jace, do you want to dance? And Jace was like, yeah, I'm gonna make this a lesson as well. It's gonna be funky and fresh. And anyway, it was funky and fresh. Now dancing and vibing. Ellie was like, hey, Coda, do you want to dance? And Coda was like, sweet, I'll take that as a yes, said Raya as they began dancing. Sky was like, Camilo, you're dancing. Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, Jace then made a decision that was poor and decided to trust Camilo with something that was remembering things. But eventually, after realizing that his decision was a poor one, collected the glasses, the amount of glasses need be, to share a bottle of very, very fancy wine from a very, very fancy earthen jug. A special drink was shared between the party, one that made us family as we all shared it together. And that's where we left off. But just just before that happened, though, there were illusory parents and Wanda got sad and everyone was like, oh. That was all better because we're family now, not Wanda.
She was off to the side.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah.
She's a child.
Apparently, Adana's like, I have no memory of this, like, at all.
Yeah, it was a time and a half.
It was a time and a half.
Yes.